Ah, yeah, back to what the channel is really about. Finding junk at the curb. Nothing really good here except for some scrappy bits. Here in Joliet, we use the bikes all the way until they're like completely consumed. I would say unquestionably that's probably junk. When I untie this thing, my wagon, people get upset. Look at it, it's not all chipped up. Missing wheels, and it looks like the kiddos rode it around without tires. I used to do that when I was a kid. Ride junky bikes that I found in the trash without tires on them. Other kids and parents in the neighborhood thought that I was crazy. Just slightly autistic. I rode that one around too. A very common item to find in the garbage. I never owned one myself other than the one I just threw in there. See, now people will watch Mikey for hours strapping his wagon. Well, with the little tubing cutter right here, it worked its magic. I cut the tubing. I guess I could have gone for a bigger section, but I was just looking for a clean, straight section. You could see where the guy with the forklift damaged the fuel line. Look at that. That kink in it put enough stress on the rusted part to cause it to leak. And it's a pretty good leak. So I'm gonna have to go to like AutoZone or wherever and get some tubing. That's a pretty clean cut. I like that. Might need like a little sandpaper to, not on this piece, but on the other one, on the car, to clean it up a little more. Look at that, jobbing up. No grunting or groaning getting up. That's 300 pounds. Oh, and by the way, I'm older than you. Look, there's my shadow. Oh, you're gloating there, King. No, I'm not the picture of absolute health, but jeez. Come on, man. That's a good cutter. Took about 30 whirls around. Each little whirl that you go around, you tighten down on that little wheel there. Not too much, because you don't want to bend it. So I guess according to that YouTube video that I watched, I'm going to get a couple of compression fittings and some nickel copper alloy tubing, because you can kind of bend it by hand, because this steel stuff probably going to be pretty hard to bend, especially without a tubing cutter. So I'm going to try that process rather than try and tear all this stuff apart. I don't know, I kind of want to tear it apart and put a whole new line in. But if this works, then this is going to be the way to go. You know, you can't really see the... my camera adjusted for the sunlight, but can't really see that the hole. What do you care for, King? Just go and replace it. Oh, I did find it, because it's curiosity, right there in the very deepest pitting of the steel, right there. Wow, interesting. Boring. I gotta figure out what to do about that. I guess that's a good tool bag. I guess take the headlight out and maybe put like a little space heater or maybe a hairdryer on like very low setting and at least dry this out. This is horrible. There must be some way where it's getting in. There's no crack in the lens or anything. I don't know. I finally got the Volvo going here. I got a vacuum cleaner all lined up. It's all cleaned up. It runs all right. Just gotta vacuum out some mouse droppings that appeared again. You know, it's very difficult to stop those little critters, but at least I noticed they don't seem to. There are car brands that the mice will not chew the wiring on, like this Volvo. They have not chewed on one single wire whatsoever. And there's only like maybe a couple of mouse droppings on the engine. It's mostly on the inside. Needless to say, the mice are all over this thing, but they don't eat the wiring. So far, the only car ever that I've had a problem with that is those late 90s, early 2000s Chrysler products, which the mice have, hope there's not a critter under here. Another car that I can't find the tab for. You should do that before making the video. That would be too smart. Oh well, I was going to show that, and there we go. What they've managed to do to this car. Ooh, how do we get that screwdriver out of there? They went to town on this thing. I'm going to have to get a whole new wire harness for just about everything under the hood here. That's just about every sensor under the hood. Look, they savaged the main trunk wire harness there by the firewall. That's like completely gone. Completely. Look at these sensors. Unbelievable.